It's point flag tonight for the Dallas Mavericks as they go on the road to take on Ace Bailey and the Utah Jazz. We'll preview tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Woo. Hey, what's up, DLLS Mavs Nation? It is the DLLS Mavs pregame show powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our Mavericks analyst of top 5 picks.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. It's good to be back in Vegas. It's very hard for me to concentrate because I got about 7,000 TV screens here, and there's an incredible bar just right behind us. I don't know if you can see our friends at Michelob Ultra are well represented here on the set. The Westgate is awesome. The Superbook is awesome. The news that you broke, Mark Stein, is very exciting as well. So it's a big day. It's a big
play. D'Angelo Russell is on that list. So based on what I've been told, the official starting lineups have probably been announced just as we went on the air. Obviously, we're not in the arena. That official starting lineup announcement usually is 30 minutes out for a preseason game. What I was told, it would be Cooper Flagg at the 1 tonight, and P.J. Washington most likely to move into the starting lineup, into D'Angelo Russell's spot. So it would be Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively II. A starting 5 with a lot of length and a lot of defensive potential. We're going to be talking about that all night, but let me just we got to set the scene a little bit because, you know, we're back in Vegas, back at Westgate, Vegas. Superbook here. We were here for Summer League in July. I got to say, it is awesome on a Monday night. We're actually on the sportsbook floor tonight. Usually we're in a room that you'll see us back in tomorrow that's a private room here. But tonight we are on the sportsbook floor. As Bobby said, there are too many TVs to count showing Monday Night Football, playoff baseball. There's hockey all over the place. But we have requested, can you put a TV or two on the Delta Center, the newly refurbished Delta Center? And I got to say also, man, 70s all week in Vegas this week.
Nice temperatures here in Sin City.
Still 90s at home.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here. So we are going to have, this is going to be a great week.
Let's jump into it, of course. As Mark mentioned, we are live at the Westgate Superbook here in Las Vegas. Of course, the world's largest race and sportsbook here in Vegas. Tonight, you got a battle of top 5 picks. Of course, number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg of your Dallas Mavericks. Ace Bailey of the Utah Jazz, the number 5 overall pick out of Rutgers, having a pretty good preseason for him so far, averaging 22.5 points per game. Jazz, of course, coming off what was an overtime loss on Saturday night on the road against San Antonio. Your Mavericks, of course, coming off a loss the other night as well against the Charlotte Hornets. So both teams looking to bounce back a little bit, if you will, if you can do that as far as preseason is concerned. For the Utah Jazz tonight, they will be without Walker Kessler, Kyle Anderson, Isaiah Collier, and George Niang. They are all out tonight, but Lauri Markkanen and Kyle Filipowski will both play for Utah going into tonight's game. But as we mentioned, let's talk about it real quick before we get more into Cooper Flagg, obviously. Ace Bailey, who has been playing pretty well so far in his first couple of preseason games, our first opportunity to see the 6'8", 210-pound forward for Utah tonight going up against Cooper Flagg.
Who guards him if I put the magic wand in your hand, Bobby? You start PJ on him? Do you start?
Sorry, I'm looking at chat. Apparently we're working through some tech stuff. It looks fine for me, though. That's the thing, so I don't know. It looks HD and sounds good, and Tanner's looking at it too, but y'all let us know because we can only see stuff that's on this Wi-Fi. But, yeah, I mean, we can't – but let us know. Let us know what the issue is. Can you repeat the question, KG? I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious. what you like. If we let you make the decision, who would you start?
Who's guarding Ace Bailey?
Bailey is already shown shots are going up. He's going to have the ball in his hands. Now, Markkanen is playing tonight. Markkanen has a wrist injury, but he is going for the Jazz. But you could start conceivably P.J. Washington or Cooper Flagg on Ace Bailey. Who would you choose?
So that is like a really good question because so you have on paper a really versatile defensive lineup, right? Coop, Clay, PJ. They can all guard wings for the most part. AD and Lively obviously are going to hold down the rim. And yet, I'm not sure who I would put on Ace Bailey, and I'm also not sure who I'm putting on Markkanen. Like, are you going to put Clay on Lowry? Or you can't put Clay on Lowry, so you're going to put PJ on Lowry? You're going to put Coop on Lowry? That's really tough. You probably want to put Coop on Ace Bailey, unless you put Clay on Ace Bailey. Is he quick enough? But then, I don't want AD or Lively guarding Markkanen because he's moving around, running off screens, spotting him at the three-point line. So on the one hand, yes, it's a very intriguing defensive lineup, but I don't know if this group could defend the point of attack or defend stretch fours.
Sure.
So it's really strange because then if you put PJ on Lowry, then who is AD guarding? Walker Kessler or whoever their center is, but then who is Lively guarding?
Well, Walker Kessler's not playing tonight, so.
All right, who's the guy? I don't know who their center is, whatever. Kyle Filipowski?
He's not playing either.
All right,
no, he
who's
is
their
playing.
center?
I'm sorry, he is playing.
Who is on their team?
It's a great question.
But then who does Lively guard too? So it's I don't know. It's intriguing, but also
just said in the chat.
I can't imagine it.
By Shahid Malik. The sound is working well. Magnus is putting in work.
Let's
there
go,
you go,
Tanner.
There you go, Tanner putting in. Or
Let's
excuse
go,
me, Magnus.
Tanner.
Magnus putting
That's
in work.
right.
For us
The
tonight.
Grandmaster of the audio. The Grandmaster of the mic. The Grandmaster of the Roadcaster.
Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. You coming up with coining nicknames all of a
Well,
sudden.
look, okay, we don't know exactly who's guarding who, but let's say this. I think we're all in agreement, especially in the first half of the season. With
put Cooper Flagg on him.
With Kyrie Irving not able to play, this team has to be great defensively to achieve any of its goals.
Sure. Yes.
This is supposed to be the best defensive team we've ever seen in Mavericks history. That's the way this thing is built, that this team has the ability to be a top 3 defense in the NBA.
I did not see that the other night against Charlotte.
Right,
I did not see anywhere close to that.
And a big concern that immediately emerged in that game is if your starting backcourt is D'Angelo Russell and Klay Thompson, you're going to have point of attack issues, especially against guards that move as fast as Charlotte's do, an offense that plays at that speed and tempo. So already we're going to see a new look tonight. We're going to see how it looks with Coop and P.J. Washington out there from the jump with AD and D-Live flanking them, anchoring them, behind them, however you want to describe it. So the defensive capability of this starting 5 should be significantly increased irrespective of who actually matches up on Bailey.
They definitely have more size. I still think that it's too slow for quicker guys, and also if you're playing AD and Lively or AD and Gafford, you're going to have problems with stretch fours and bigs who can shoot regardless of position all year. So
and Lauri Markkanen could definitely do that.
Man, there's some of the stuff I saw from the other night. National Tim, by the way, was tweeting us. He was texting us videos today.
That's right.
In a different group chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, National Tim.
Yeah, National Tim was reaching out.
I guess I'm not allowed in that.
He did a little.
Actually, you're not.
He did
You're
a little
not
film review of the Mavs' performance against the Hornets, and it was concerning.
Didn't go well?
It did.
It wasn't going very well.
Tim's analysis went well, I thought. What he said, I think, was correct.
That's
and
right.
Wise. It's just unfortunately what he was talking about kind of bothered me deeply.
We're talking about D'Angelo Russell's defense is what we're talking
Not
about.
just D'Lo, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
That was the one that
everyone on this team is
bothered me the
programmed
most.
to protect the rim. Like,
Yes.
PJ and Coop are rim-protecting wings. Like, what makes them so good is that they can rotate and block shots. So the Mavs have 4 shot-blocking players on the floor.
Trying to go out to the perimeter.
Yes. So I don't even know if I'm caught. I don't care. It's preseason. It doesn't matter. I'm mostly just curious to see what it looks like because I've never seen anything like this before.
Mavericks taking on the Jazz tonight as they get ready for that game. Walter Clayton Jr., the number 18 overall pick for Utah this year, playing well as well, coming off a nice 20-point performance against the San Antonio Spurs. But all eyes will be on the number 1 overall pick for your Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flagg. We saw when we were here in Summer League back in July the ball be put in his hands against the Los Angeles Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. He was able to handle pressure extremely well, did the same when he had his opportunities, especially against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and was able to get things going offensively against the Charlotte Hornets as well. So the ball in Cooper Flagg's hands, him being a playmaker and a distributor tonight, 2 guys like Anthony Davis, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, and others is going to be a point that we're going to be watching quite a bit as tonight goes on based off of what we know so far about Cooper Flagg and what he's been able to do. That should be a lot of fun to watch. We'll get into more of what we want to see in tonight's game, but for you, when you saw that Cooper Flagg's going to be playing the point guard, how much is this of Jason Kidd continuing to tinker with his lineups that he obviously does during the preseason, but also a potential window into the future of what we could see in the regular season as well?
When I look at this group, this starting 5, I look at it as more defensive-minded, and Cooper Flagg is the best option, really the only option to start at point out of this 5-some. Now, Jason Kidd talked pregame as well. The Mavericks are not changing their approach here. They want, whoever gets the rebound, you get it and go. It's not like just we got to get the ball to our point guard Cooper Flagg. It's whoever rebounds can start the fast break. He wants this team playing at a faster pace. So really, again, I'm looking. Look, anything Cooper does as a rookie, there is so much attention. The headline, he's always going to be the headline. But like I said, when I look at this group, I really think this is more because if they were so worried about a distributor, they could have started someone else. But, the fact that PJ is going in there tells you that they want to take a look at how that alignment is, I think, defensively.
Yeah, I think getting him reps on the ball on offense matters a lot. He had, 4 or 5 turnovers the other night against Charlotte and kind of made some mistakes, and that's okay. It's preseason. It does not matter. So I would expect tonight probably going to make some passes and decisions with the ball that you're going to be like, ooh, I don't know about that, but again, it doesn't matter. It's preseason. It literally does not matter. He could go out and commit 50 turnovers, and my opinions of him would not change at all. But long term, if you do think that he has the goods and has the potential to be a playmaking kind of wing, a Jason Tatum kind of 6'8", 6'9" forward that can handle the ball, he's got to start somewhere. And I would rather him do that now than in the regular season whenever the games matter a whole lot. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious and I'm excited.
I think he looks a lot more comfortable on the ball already than he did in the summer. And I think there's a
Tim Legler made that same point as well.
His handle looks better. His handle does look better, but
he looks very ready to take whenever the ball is pitched to him. He's ready to go. He already loves going down that left wing. We saw that a bunch in the Charlotte game. He's already shown a really good eye for the pass and patience. Soak in the pressure, wait for the cut, find the right guy. I really think it is obviously in Summer League again. There's no fouling out, so guys are hacking him.
Sure.
He's playing with players who are nowhere near as good. He doesn't have outlets like an Anthony Davis or a Klay Thompson on the wing spotting up. He didn't have that in Summer League. So I don't worry. I'm with you. There's no stakes here. Again, it's a headline because it's the number 1 pick in the draft and a player who a lot of people are excited about. But to me, it is it's the right thing to do and a very low-risk gamble, if you want to even call it a gamble.
I also think it probably means 80 is going to be on the ball a lot, which could be good for him getting more reps. He needs to find the rhythm and find the feel.
And I'm glad you brought up AD because one of the things that we've talked about on the show, Jason Kidd introduced the idea to our very own Mark Stein when it comes to the new offense and Anthony Davis being that Domantas Sabonis-like hub. As our resident analyst here, how much have you seen actually of that? How much have you seen of that as far as Anthony Davis being in that dribble handoff position and really initiating offense?
We didn't see much of it against Charlotte. They got off to a very bad start. Again, I don't want to make excuses because it's way too early in the season to be tired, but
And that's why I brought it up, because I don't think we have seen a lot of that at
just
all so
think
far in the preseason.
The Friday night Fan Fest thing did not work well for their Saturday night readiness.
Sure.
And it just was a terrible start. And then it was kind of a mad scramble to get back in the game from there, and it just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they scored 30% of their points on the fast break in that game, 35 out of 116.
You're talking about the game against Charlotte the other
Against Charlotte,
night.
yeah, on the fast break. And so, most of their stuff they did just in the open floor. And then they also scored a lot whenever he wasn't on the floor.
That's true.
Unfortunately. So, yeah, we didn't see him that much. But, I mean, he's still doing some of that. Lively's doing a lot of that too. So I don't know if AD is going to get the same number of touches as Sabonis simply because you have the other big as well. If they're really determined to play two bigs, we'll see about that. If
we
that
will.
last for a very long time. But yeah, I mean, I think more decisions. I think more reps with him on the ball is important. AD, I'm talking about at the elbow in a position to find cutters and stuff, because these guys got to get used to like learning each other's tendencies. Watching the defense and knowing, all right, if my guy's looking this way, then I should go here. Now that they have a lot more freedom to move off the ball, like everyone here was just told to stand still for a long time, and that's not a good or bad thing. But everyone's got to learn the timing and the rhythm of it all, And so I think I think it's a good thing to get more reps of that as well.
And I think the one thing that we forget when it comes to Anthony Davis being on the Mavericks, he hasn't played a whole lot of games with the Dallas Mavericks. There's still a lot of learning that the team and he have to do with each other to continue to get better. And now you're introducing a new offense as well. There's going to be some things that will be worked out as the preseason and into the regular season goes on. We'll have more, obviously, on tonight's game, what we're going to be looking for. We mentioned the battle of the top 5 picks. Cooper Flagg playing at the point guard position. What other things are we going to be looking for? We'll get into that here in just a moment. But I want to make sure that we take the time to thank the Westgate Superbook here in Las Vegas, your home for legendary Vegas fun, the world's largest race and sports book right here in Las Vegas. In fact, the Superbook that we're sitting in right now has state-of-the-art LED displays, 4K resolution. Check this out, 63.2 million pixels and more than 4,200 square feet of television viewing pleasure, especially as my guys try to multitask while doing this show and watching Monday Night Football all at the same time. They're doing good so far. But we really want to thank...
I'm getting a little anxious based on what I'm seeing out of Buffalo right now.
Well, guess what? Don't be anxious about the fact that you're sitting in the best Superbook in Las Vegas. Recently
that makes
voted
it feel a lot better.
Best sports book in Vegas for must-see destination for sports fans visiting Las Vegas. For the must-see destination for sports fans visiting here in Sin City, check out westgateresorts.com today. Let's continue as we finish up here on our pregame show. Our post-game show will be about 15 minutes after tonight's game, so make sure that you're marking your clock for about 10:45 for our folks back at home in DFW, 8:45 around here in Las Vegas. We mentioned Cooper Flagg playing at the point guard position tonight. The individuals that are going to be out for your Dallas Mavericks, we started to touch on it a little bit earlier. D'Angelo Russell, Caleb Martin, Brandon Williams, Delano Banton, Daniel Gafford, Dante Exum, Kyrie Irving all remain out tonight for preseason action. So we saw in the game against Charlotte, Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg playing 24, 28 minutes, getting some deeper reps in terms of that game against Charlotte. What do you guys anticipate as far as minutes for guys like Cooper Flagg and others?
One thing I want to add, I saw
Sure.
a few people in chat asking, is D'Lo injured? To my understanding, this is just a rest night for him. I believe that's the case. That's as much as I know to this point. And the Mavericks will be flying to Vegas after this game in Salt Lake City. So tomorrow, or let's say Wednesday at the latest, hopefully we will have some more detailed injury updates, because I know if we go to the airport Thursday and I haven't updated Kevin Gray on Caleb Martin, that he's going to tell them not to.
You'll just stay here.
He's not going to let. They're not going to let me board.
Yeah, I think I just want to ask on behalf of people watching that are inevitably thinking the same exact thing. Why does D'Lo need a rest night during the third preseason game when it's not a back-to-back and he hasn't played a lot of minutes and it's a new team and he's like and?
But who doesn't rest? Who plays? That's the thing. Exhibition basketball used to be 8 games for every team. Now it's 4, and nobody plays the 4 anyway. It's like I feel like.
But isn't it kind of important for them, even if they're only on the floor for 15 minutes, just to get some tape and just figure it out?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
based on what I saw on defense the other night, like
Well,
I hope they.
and like I said, mate,
I hope they've watched the game.
I need to, I'm not in Salt Lake City, so I don't have the firmest of updates.
And an update on Ron, too. A couple of people asked in the chat. It is hazing, actually. We told Ron that the Mavs and the Lakers are playing in L.A., so Ron is actually in L.A. right now. The joke is on him. I wonder when he's going to find out.
How can I be in a sports book and the Buffalo Bills be losing, about to go down 28-7 at the half?
That game is going over 49
keeping it
and a
real
half.
cute, but still, Buffalo Bills are getting their ass kicked right now. Like,
and so the Commanders are losing too.
First of all,
every single no, he's out of bounds.
Every
single thing.
Anyway.
No, give me some Bijan points, please.
First of all, my Sabres are 0-3 and have been outscored. I think it's 10-2, already in crisis mode, 3 games into the season. Now I'm sitting here. Kevin's trying to get injury updates out me, and I just look up and see.
Well, the only injury that's happening right now is your Buffalo Bills' ass getting kicked. That's about it at this point.
My spirit is just
that's about it.
in pieces right now.
By the way, officials.
I really should have worn jeans. I apologize to everybody.
You're okay. Official starting lineup for your Dallas Mavericks.
I'm trying to
This is official.
prevent the upskirt.
Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, the second. Your starting 5 tonight.
Guess that Stein guy was right.
For your starting Mavericks. Or
Lucky
for
guess.
your starting lineup tonight for your Dallas Mavericks. Jason Kidd talking in his pregame comments about pushing the basketball. Your guy Mark Stein just mentioned that a little bit ago. Getting the ball and getting it up the floor. The name of the game is some of the things that we saw in Summer League and some of the things that they've emphasized at training camp. Jason Kidd wanted to see that on the floor with the addition of Cooper Flagg being at the point guard position tonight. Other things that you guys are looking for, Bobby, you started to mention a little bit. Defensively, not great against Charlotte the other night. The Mavericks able to get out on the fast break quite a bit to get a lot of offense there. What are you looking for just from a conceptual standpoint or some things that they can improve on based on what we saw and they didn't do against Charlotte the other night?
How many threes the Jazz are able to take? 29, for OKC in the first half of the first preseason game, 26 for Charlotte in the first half of the second preseason game. Obviously, that's whenever your top 5, 8 guys, 10 guys are out there the most during preseason. So especially with Markkanen, the Jazz are going to be playing in a lot of space. How easy are their threes coming? How often are they taking those threes that are like good shots and not just lazy shots? Can the Mavs communicate on defense? They forced some Hornets turnovers. They got out and ran. That was great, but you can't only run off of turnovers. You got to force misses and run off those too, and they didn't force enough against the Hornets. So, I'm looking to see some better half-court defense and rotating with a little more urgency.
And I'm sure a lot of folks who are going to be watching this game tonight going to be having their eyes particularly on number 3 in terms of Anthony Davis. Didn't have a great game against the Charlotte Hornets. We know that he continues to work back from what was a detached retina surgery that he had during the summer as he continues to get himself into playing shape as well. I would expect Anthony Davis to come out with a little bit of urgency, to have a good start to this game, to be able to continue to get himself in position where he's ready for the regular season opener against the San Antonio Spurs on October the 22nd. But I imagine a lot of Mavericks fans will be particularly watching Anthony Davis to see how he comes out and performs, especially given the fact that on the other side, Lauri Markkanen, for example, had a terrific summer himself, was really good in Eurobasket.
Monstrous.
He was spectacular in Eurobasket this year.
That dude kills the Mavs, too.
Yeah, he usually plays pretty well against Dallas. So Markkanen going to be having a chance to play well tonight, but Anthony Davis, I imagine for a lot of Mavericks fans, is going to be on top of mind for tonight's game as well.
I think everyone needs to just take a deep breath about AD.
I think
I have sounded the alarm for a long time, so it's ironic coming from me. It's real rich for me to say, whoa, let's give it a chance. But one preseason game does not a legacy destroy. Just let's wait until at least November to freak out.
Yeah,
I think that's what we should.
If we're seeing what we saw against Charlotte, 20 games of the season, now we got to have some real conversations. I'm not particularly worried about Anthony Davis getting himself into the kind of shape that he needs to in order to be available. It's about
I'm not either.
So, well, there you go. That's very good.
But I guess my question is, why is there lingering angst? He came back early last season from an injury that they weren't sure if it was going to need surgery or not. He played out, the last 8-10 games, the playing games. He clearly wasn't close to full capacity.
Well, that's why, because you know, I think fans
But
that
if you know a guy's playing hurt, how do you hold him to? He's not an all NBA standard right now.
Well, I think that is the thing. The
certain irony there.
Yeah,
as well.
the overt concern about this team is the when healthy, if healthy team, right? And if AD is already not healthy, is still not healthy. The Mavs fans have never seen him play healthy.
Wasn't health is
Like,
not health unless it's actually
when
health.
is he going to be
We're
fine?
talking
Yeah.
about two different things. Him playing his first game and then getting hurt and then missing a bunch of time. I totally get all of the angst, plus more of the angst about that. But then for him to come back, I think most of us were in the camp that, like, shouldn't he sit the rest of the season?
No, I
Like,
agree.
why
I
is he
agree.
even coming back?
Sure.
I just think he's being judged a little harshly. Those games he came back when he clearly wasn't at full capacity.
I just think Mavs fans are afraid he's never going to be at full capacity, and that's.
Look.
I hope that those fears are dispelled very quickly, but I think that's how a lot of people feel.
Plus, no
unfortunately.
matter how you may feel about the comments in and of themselves, there's a certain irony that a lot of folks have noticed online, Mavericks fans or not, about the idea of Anthony Davis not coming into camp in the best of shape versus a certain number 77 who at times had weight issues. So there is some of that as well because the conversation is out there. But again, the concern with Anthony Davis is always during the regular season and being available enough to play at that kind of level.
Play.
Yeah.
They need 65 to 70 games of
Yes.
peak Anthony Davis. That is indisputable. And
Yeah.
if they don't get that, then I understand it. But, like, I don't know. I guess the part that's confused me, it just seems like there's such dismay over how he looked the last 8 to 10 games last season when I think you'd make the case he probably shouldn't have been out there.
I wish that he looked as good the other night as he did in those games. But that's one preseason game.
Yeah, again,
And it's just literally a preseason. I have already forgotten about that game. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself until I actually do forget about that game. And we'll see. Maybe he'll look a lot better tonight. But it doesn't matter for another week and a half anyway. So let's just see.
And
Don't log on the internet and say I'm done with Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's
because
wild.
It's preseason.
Yeah, that's wild.
And someone's going to bookmark that tweet, and you're going to have to walk it back in like a week, or you could just say it in a week and still be early. It's better to be early than late. I get that, but just like let's just wait a second.
Yeah, the idea here is to be very clear. Anthony Davis has to be available and on the floor for this team to be successsul. That's it.
And be playing great.
And be playing at an all-NBA, all-defensive type of level for this team. Because until
MVP level.
Yeah, which we saw last year at the first half of the year, first 6-7 weeks of the season.
Well,
he was the best player in the league.
Projected anchor for what is supposed to be
The best defensive
a top
team in the
three
league, yeah.
defense that carries this team until Kyrie Irving comes back.
A lot of pressure to put on that dude's shoulders, man.
He's got broad ones
Because
to carry it.
what happens if they're not top 10 defense? Like, what happens if they're not?
Well, that's what the games are for. We're going to find out. That's what the games are for.
Things got existential. I'm sorry. It's a preseason game. Come on. I'm going to go get some chicken tenders, and we're going to have a good time.
We're going to have some fun tonight as the Mavericks get ready to take
Maybe
on the
some
Utah
pants for the
Jazz.
nightcap.
If Bills make a comeback, my pants might come off.
Okay, please keep them on. We'll be back here about 15 minutes after tonight's game is over with. Again, around 10:45 p.m. for our folks back in Dallas, 8:45 here in Las Vegas. Appreciate God Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you,
Magnus.
sir. That is our National NBA Insider, Mark Stein. That is our Mavericks analyst, Bobby Curl. I'm your host,
It
Kevin
is
Gregg. We
packed
are
in here. This
It
is
is.
wild.
DLLS
It is.
Mavs. We'll
Crazy
talk to
energy
you
here on the floor.
post-game right here on DLLS Mavs after the Mavericks take on the Utah Jazz. Y'all be good. We'll
Live
talk to
from
you
the
later.
Westgate, Vegas.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.